Hey everybody, welcome back to what might be the last Epoch Season 4 video for the season. Unfortunately, we're going to be going out on kind of a questionable note. I'm going to be highlighting my Ghost Rider Ghostflame Warlock here. Been trying to work on it for the better part of the last a couple weeks, I believe. And it's just a highlight on how dual damage types can really be a bit of a hamper. But yeah, let's get into it here. So this is our Ghost Rider Warlock. Now we are a Witchfire, and I figure if there was going to be any build that was going to be able to use two damage types at once, it was going to be this. So go ahead and check out our passive tree. Nothing too special in the Acolyte base tree. Your intelligence, roll, ward retention, vitality. Might even go Crimson Gluttony at some point, but we'll see. Warlock. Now here's the tricky part for me. So we've got damage over time. We've got fire and necrotic damage, which is what we want to do. Some mana regen to help sustain. This mainly to just get more max mana to, again, sustain. We are a channeling build because Ghostflame is a channeling skill. We have Doom Herald to restrict how much damage is incoming to us while we're running around screaming at people. Malefic Body, whatever, just more stats. Chains of Ruin and Infernal Lash to really get. We are fire and necrotic, but we do lean slightly more into the fire side. It's just easier to synergize with a lot of gear. We have Ashen one so that we can start getting Witchfire on things, along with the unique relic we have. Vessel of Chaos, again, just give me more damage over time, along with those overloads. Some curses to really multiply the damage. And, I mean, we're definitely built in a way that the more debuffs we have on us, the more damage we end up putting out, so that is what I have managed to pull off so far. Later, towards the end of the video, I'll go over what I think might be better. And I think a lot of you probably will already have a good idea of what could actually happen with this build. As far as gear is concerned, we're looking at we're using actually a lot of the Soulfire Bastion boss's, can't remember his name, gear that he drops exclusively, which you can just get by getting the Weaver Tree node down here, Warden's Echo, which basically just gives you a chance at getting dungeon items for free anyway, so you don't even have to run the dungeon if you don't want to. That being said, we are using Pyre of Affliction, very high level Scythe. You basically get to ignite yourself on kill, gain a ton of ward, apply damned. You have tons of fire and necrotic penetration. So I mean, this is probably I would say top 5 weapons you could probably use on this build. It doesn't really enhance channeling or anything. To be honest, this is probably better suited for a build that doesn't use Ghostflame, but it is what it is for now. Same with Immolator's Oblation. I think everybody knows that if you're running a fire build, that you don't mind getting ignited. This is like one of the best belts in the game for fire builds in that respect. Ashes of Immortality, honestly, not as strong of a ring as I've wanted. It's still pretty good. We are fire and necrotic, so this perfectly synergizes with our build. But I do feel like if you're looking for raw damage output, you could, I believe, do better than Ashes of Immortality. There's a casual ring here. We have Downfall of the Righteous. Basically, if you're a Witchfire build, this is the Witchfire relic. Unfortunately, I haven't really found a better one than this. I think I have a couple in my stash. We'll take a look at after I'm done yapping here. But this probably could also be swapped out with something better, even a solid erased Acolyte relic. But this one is solid for what it does, and it synergizes perfectly with, again, we're Witchfire. We're fire and necrotic. So, past that, just kind of a casual +3 to Ghostflame. Damage while channeling. Got really lucky on the corrupted roll there. We have a Telfoon's Mirage. Again, synergizes with us. Doesn't necessarily mean it's the best in slot. Really solid. Insane amount of cast speed on these gloves. So, kept that. Nothing too special on the idols here. Lots of Ghostflame efficiency, which we like to see. And yeah. So, final thing to look at is skills. So our skills in order are Chaos Bolts, Transplant, Chthonic Fissure, Bone Curse, and of course our main skill, which is Ghostflame, or should be our main skill, but I'll come back to that. Really briefly, Chaos Bolts. Mainly, again, we lean slightly more into fire, so on this part of the tree, we're going for Ignite instead of Damned. Mainly to get over here to get our Chthonic Fissures extended when we do have one out. Cast speed's great. Damage to Curse is great. Occasionally Harvest, and the only reason I have this is because Harvest by default does necrotic damage and melee necrotic damage, and we might as well get some use out of that melee damage that the Pyre of Affliction has on it. So, just a nice little bonus melee swing once in a while. For 1 point is, I mean, not bad. We have some dexterity to make it work too. Devour the Damned for some mana. We don't necessarily care about the health gain on these, unfortunately. It's just a part of the tree. Chance to recast Chaos Bolts. Refresh all duration of curses. It's great. And Bone Curse when something is already cursed. Transplant. We're mainly doing this to get more Bone Curse triggers without having to actually hit the Bone Curse button. Converted to Necrotic. Haste and Frenzy for free. A little bit of mana when we use it. Lower cast speed and cooldown recovery. And Bone Armor to help with more damage reduction. Chthonic Fissure is mainly spitting out extra bits of Chaos Bolts for us, while also stacking. This is probably the most necrotic skill that we have, even though it's also spitting fire. But the thing is mainly here to, well, curse more things around us. It's very much a support skill that we just lay under our enemies after we're already spamming everything. Generally, the combo is if I'm not pressing Chaos Bolts or Bone Curse directly, it's Transplant into the middle of a pack, Chthonic Fissure, that same pack, and then Ghostflame should take care of the rest. You'll see when we get to the gameplay portion of this. Bone Curse converted to Necrotic, also giving Marked for Death, an excellent curse. Just more damage from the curse itself. It's not doing all that much, but it's a nice little bonus DPS on top of everything else. And finally, Ghostflame. Now, Ghostflame we have skilled, so that it's not our movement skill, so we don't mind draining our movement speed while keeping the channel cost as low as possible. Not much else to say here, except, I mean, it itself can be a curse. So, everything's a curse. Well, is a curse or casts a curse. Alright. Let's, before we move on, I do have a couple of items that we can have some fun with and see if we screw corruptions up. Oh, interesting. I think that's already better. I don't really care about armor that much. Well, we maybe care about it a little bit, but not a big deal. If I could, I would really like to get another Pearls of the Swine that affects fire damage. Unfortunately, haven't seen it lately. Oh, speaking of relics that could replace Downfall of the Righteous. Yeah, Twisted Heart of Okaros. Just need to find a good spot for it. Yeah, I don't think we have much else to swap out here immediately, anyways. Our I forgot to mention, our primordial of choice is Architects of Astral Blood, because it's just giving us ridiculous amount of ward per second. If I had to pick another primordial, though, I would probably maybe go with... I don't think I have an extra copy of it at the moment, but the amulet that creates fire wisps. Or Reliquary Nest, that's always... I mean, you can never go wrong with the Reliquary Nest. Very solid. Especially if you can get a plus skill on it. Anyways, I digress. Let's go ahead and... Well, actually, let's check my blessings here. I think we have too much to go off of. I mean, our resistances are pretty good already, so. Alright, let's go handle some... And honestly, I kind of want to do Spirits of Fire, because we could definitely use a better blessing from there. So we'll do a few echoes from the fire dedicated. I mean, basically the Witchfire dedicated timeline. All right. Powered. And let's see where this takes us. Yeah, I don't mind echo modifiers that give us mark for death, because, I mean, that's just more curses on us. Alright. So... as you can see, the damage is pretty good. Like, I doubt myself a lot about how well this build plays, but it still is excellent. Like, there's nothing... Again, you just... 1, 2, 3, and... Again, you Chaos Bolt occasionally. You don't really cast Bone Curse directly. You don't have to. Most of the time, your other builds or your other skills are doing that. There is some mana issues with this build. Again, that's why we do make sure that our... Ooh... That's why we always try to make sure Chaos Bolts gives us a little bit of mana. And we have that passive that cares about hitting targets that are cursed. Ooh, lightning penetration on a rune hammer. I always like to see that.
It eludes me.
But yeah, this has been a very tricky build to get going. Like, I got to this point after a lot of reiteration. So, don't take this as the best Witchfire build by any means. But it is a good starter. Something to, like, work towards if you haven't looked up literally any other build guide for a Witchfire build. I was even checking things like the leaderboards and other Warlocks. And the only ones that were doing Ghostflame were not doing a Witchfire variant. So as far as I'm aware, this is the only Witchfire variant right now. On, well, I wouldn't say ladder, but because I haven't done arena or anything. The only one I know of is mine. Especially when you see the Witchfire ring go off, that like really subtle teal and red ring around me. That's coming from Downfall of the Righteous. Like, excellent, excellent amount of damage coming off of that. Do need to find more gear that just gives damage over time in general. That's pretty good. Like, a very nice... Like, Mortality's Grasp is probably one of the few, items that I would replace my awesome gloves with. Especially if I can find one with, really high, LP.
Yes?
Alright. Glad I found another one of these, because I botched another one earlier yesterday. Alright. So yeah. Not the best damage over time build, but I guess I should point out right now that I think if you want to play a serious Ghostflame build, like you want to go all in on Ghostflame, I think your best bet is actually doing a physical bleed build. There are plenty of skills that in the Warlock tree that you can convert to physical, including Ghostflame, and I think Ghostflame probably just is going to work better with like Aura of Decay on the Lich tree. And then using Aura of Decay as a physical skill as well, and just getting as many circles around you as possible while you're floating around annihilating them. Kind of the truth. Unfortunately, again, dual damage type builds are just very, very tricky. I wish they were a little easier to pull off. There we go. One was almost good. All right. I really need a Pearls of the Swine. I mean, look how many curses I have on me. Did have on me. Again, I'm just 1, 2, 4. That's it. As far as what skills I'm really hitting. I'm only really using Chaos Bolts when I'm starting to get low on mana, and it's not worth it to Ghost Flame at such a low mana cost. Or mana pool. And see, you can see from Harden's health bar, it does drop quite a bit once we do get the Wombo combo going. I think you could take this build to maybe like 200 corruption if you really, really got lucky with a few items. And maybe tightened up some numbers more than I have. Because the main thing is we have pretty good survivability on this build. Like, when you're Ghost Flaming, not a lot of stuff can really touch you. So I'm not worried about that, but it's just, I don't think it really has, even when you get the Wombo combo going, it's just not enough. It's just I think when you go up to the higher corruptions, you're just going to start hitting like a wet noodle. We might have to do the tomb. I want to get that triple tome. Want to get that triple tome reward. Wow, free chaos bolts? Alright. Well, that's gonna do damage. That guy had way too much health. Product explosions? Don't mind if I do. Drag a bunch of people over here and pop. Wait. There we go. I do like when I run into echoes that have the big scarab beetles. I don't think they give that much more XP than your average rare, but they're just satisfying to take down. Let's see how fast we can take down Cloth, though. See, that damage just pops off. Once you see the Witchfire ring come up, that's when this build feels like it's supposed to be doing the damage I think it's supposed to be doing. I don't think I have anything to reroll here. Well, my idols are pretty good. Ooh, almost 85. Alright. Let's do one more here, and then we'll wrap up.
It eludes.
And again, I do want to mention this will probably be the last Epoch Season 4 video. Other games are coming up. And Season 5, I think, isn't due until, like, late August, so... hopefully, I want to hope that next season's going to be a bit more exciting, in all honesty. And I'm hoping that I'm able to play it more, while also being able to make more build videos. Experiments, testing, all that fun stuff. So I'm excited. It's gonna be a while, but I mean it's up to EHG at this point. There we go. Yeah, see those overloads coming in are very nice. And even the pyromancers don't even do that much damage to me. I think I took like 800 from one of those molten snowballs. Let's get rid of the detector types. Sola, please. Oh, we are out of mana. Let's go for 3 on this one. So, overall, I've enjoyed Season 4, but it feels like we're just still extending the big changes that Season 2 brought us. Don't get me wrong, corrupted items are incredible. Probably one of the probably the best mechanical change that happened in this. But I think also that corruption is like way too easy to come across. Or at least it happens too early. Like, I think the only way you should get corrupted items before, like, empowered timelines is probably just the items that the omens drop themselves. And the omens can't even drop, like, that insane of items because they can't drop... They could drop uniques, for example, but they can only corrupt the base unique. They can't add, like, other random affixes, or at least not that I've seen. Rift Beasts are still very cool. Primordial items are in a good spot, I think. For the most part. There's definitely some weaker ones. I think, honestly, primordial items that you create from the primordial rune are probably the weakest. Like, tier 8 affixes are probably still a tad bit too weak to really do anything with. There's some builds, like the Warpath build, that uses reduced channel costs on a helmet, but that's like the only one I can think of. Alright. Okie dokie. What was I putting points into at this point? I think it was just Malefic Body. Alright, folks.
Take care.
Once again, Ghost Rider. Pretty fun. Needs work. I mean, a lot of my builds need work, but this one more so. The one thing I'm going to reiterate that I was saying earlier about what you could do to probably enhance this build, but doing like a big sweeping change to it and just tossing out the whole Witchfire aspect. If you just want to focus on Ghostflame exclusively, you're going down the physical conversion. Anything you can do to convert things into bleed is probably going to be just much better. I think, unfortunately, again, there's a lot of drawbacks with trying to split your damage between two types, and it's kind of a pain. So, anyways, y'all, that does it for me for Last Epoch Season 4. I am totally hyped to see what Season 5 will bring. They've released a few teasers since then, and things are looking, well, without seeing a trailer or anything, or any patch notes, I mean, they do look like they're cooking. I still have faith in EHG. I still hope they keep putting out great content, and hopefully they keep refining and mastering their own craft, and the next season has more content, at least par with what Season 2 brought us. So, anyways, have a good one, y'all, and yeah, we'll be back probably next week with a new video. Take it easy. And, yeah, Last Epoch forever.